welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're returning. My name is Chantal and this is my channel, Sink Me Out of Debt. If this is your first time tuning in, you may want to go through and watch my previous videos first because there's a lot of information in there. But for now, let's continue on with my progress and everything that I've been doing. So if you watched the video that I just released last Friday, you will know that there are changes to my system that I went over in that video. Now, I did specify that I did end up making this $100 payment, so that $100 goes in there. So, before I continue on with the envelopes, let's go through and take a look at my progress so far. So for anyone who's been watching this far, you guys know that I've been having some hits and misses, some flubs and flummoxes and all of that kind of stuff. But life happens, things happen, and I really encourage you to watch my introduction video because I go into a lot of the things that I'm dealing with in my day-to-day life, and a lot more is explained there. So in my last video, I went over that I'm changing how I'm doing my debt snowball. If you are unfamiliar with that term, debt snowball is taking whatever extra money you have in the month and putting it to your lowest credit card in order to pay it off faster. But again, you guys know that I don't pay rent, I don't pay utilities, I'm living at home in a unpleasant situation, but I don't have a lot of extra costs. So I decided to change how I'm doing my debt snowball and going forward and paying off the next lowest credit card with this upcoming paycheck. And I've reduced the payments on the other cards in order to ensure that I could afford this one bulk payment. My goal is to pay off one credit card a month. Here we see this one that has been paid off. Here we see this one that is going to be paid off next. As I've specified before, and as someone who has paid off credit cards before, always put an extra few dollars aside, because once that next statement gets credited, you will see that you generally own anywhere from a couple of dollars up to $10, $20 in interest from the previous statement after the next statement posts. So I always generally pay down more than what's actually due. I also have my car insurance, due in this paycheck as well. For now, I'm going to ignore the apps, the car, gas, vacation, all of that kind of stuff, because I've noticed that the more that I focus on a lot of these extraneous things, the less I'm being able to keep track of things. I'm not saying that they don't add up, they absolutely do. And I've actually gone through my accounting and updated everything through the end of this project as to what my apps are costing, everything of that nature. And again, things may get adjusted down the line. We'll see. Right now, I'm just doing my best to try to adhere to paying off one credit card a month. I did also say in the last video that I am still waiting on my IRS tax refund of over $2,100, so that at some point will hit my account, but because I don't know when, I'm not incorporating it into this sheet. When it does, I will. I'm also not incorporating any YouTube revenue that I made from my other channel because I'm not getting a check this month. It happens. On average, it's seeming I'm getting one every other month, so I'll probably get the next one in September. And I'm also not including the sales I've made in Etsy. But anyway, let's go through the envelopes and let's update things. So right off the bat, this car insurance is $99.34. So just to make things a little bit easier, I'm going to put in a $100 bill. For my car insurance. This next card, because I did put a partial payment down on this card already of $100, I actually don't owe that much. I only owe about $20. I may adjust this $100 payment, but for now, I am going to put it in as is, and that will count as a second payment on this card during the month, which should also help, hopefully, my credit score. So the next card, I am actually not paying anything on. This one isn't due until the last day of the month, and I made 2 payments on it during the last billing cycle. The next card, I am putting down $100. As you can see, the $100 payment that I had posted on this before, after interest got applied, it's still $10 over my credit limit. So I'm hoping that this $100 actually helps it stay below my credit limit this time. The next card is due on the 17th, but I'm going to be making 2 $50 payments during this pay period, which will be another $100. And actually, I'm not sure that amount is accurate. I think it's closer to $1,900. I'll have to look that up after I finish the video. When I go into edit, I'll put the accurate number, but I am going to do a $100 payment, again, split in 2 payments. This one is below the credit limit, and it's going to keep going in that direction. The next card is right almost at its credit limit at $19.95.25. And again, I will go through and I will check all of my accounts afterwards, and I will update on the screen if the account numbers are different, but I'm going to do $100 down on that card just to keep that debt snowball running. So here we have the next card, which is the one that I'm actually paying off. So we can see so far I've paid $400 on that account. I have $897 left. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So keep in mind, I'm doing all of this digitally, which is why I'm using fake money in order to demonstrate what I'm doing. But then, happily enough, this card will be paid off. But until it's actually paid off, I don't want to remove the envelope from this binder. Now, I can actually go through and remove this label, because this one actually is paid off. This one is done. And I'm actually really, really proud of myself. So I can actually take that out. Put these bills back in the stack. And this envelope can go to something else. Car maintenance, miscellaneous. You guys remember how I said I needed a vacation envelope? Well, I think I'm going to do that right now. Because even if I'm not putting money in it right now, this way the envelope is already prepared for when I'm able to. Okay, so we have miscellaneous, $100 there. Car maintenance stays the same because that is actually going to be just gas, so that $100 can come out. The car maintenance, I consider buying gas and all that kind of stuff. Focused on the car. And my other checking account, I'm going to keep the same for now. Once I have more of my credit cards paid down, I'm going to worry more about this other checking account. Because right now, all of my extra money is going to these cards. And that is my primary focus. I need to be able to get out of here. I really, 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 really do. For those who've been watching my journey thus far, I've been having a lot of mental health difficulties. The past few weeks in particular, because things at home have not been pretty. Just this past week on Tuesday when I was driving into work, I had flashbacks because PTSD is not fun, and when it brings you back to traumatic experiences and you can't break out of them, it can really, really, really hurt. I have a lot of tools at my disposal with regards to working on my mental health, doing shadow work, which if you are not sure what that is, it's actually a psychological term for working through your trauma experiences, working through healing them one at a time, slowly over time, and working to, in a way, reconfigure the brain, if you can. I am working with a therapist to work through that process. Vacation is going to be very, very, very much needed. Car maintenance, other checking account. I'm not going to worry about this for now. Keep in mind that this is my account for extra expenses, but because I'm not really doing a lot of that right now, I'm just going to leave the money that's in that account where it is. Once that's done and cleared, then I will only have 5 cards left. And after this one is done, the next card I'm trying to decide. And let me know in the comments which one you think I should do next. Should I do the store card, which is actually under balance, credit limit, I should say, or should I go for the next card? Because both of them I'm planning on closing. I'm actually planning on closing this one, this one, this one, this one with time. I'm not going to do them quite yet because having the extra credit limit actually looks really good on your credit score. But let me know down in the comments, should I do this card or this card next to pay it off? This one technically is the lower of the two. So if I'm doing this debt snowball method, it would be this card that I go for next. Because you work from the lowest balance to the highest balance. I don't know. We'll see. So that's updating there with my payments for the month, or I should say payments for the paycheck, bi-weekly paycheck. Let me see here. I paid my car taxes. Last time I said I was doing that. Just taking a quick look here. So if I do the math here. Okay, so I have $15.96.88 is my paycheck, plus approximately $90 left in my checking account right now, minus $99.34 for my car insurance, minus $400 for credit card payments, minus $900 equals a remainder of $287.54. I'm going to put a star there to let me know how much I have remaining. Now there will be less than that because I know that I have apps and streaming services that will go through during this time. So after I'm done with everything with this paycheck, we'll see how much I have at the end of it. Okay? So I hope you guys take care of yourselves, and I will check in with you next week with a new video, and we'll see how things are working out. All right? Take care and have a great weekend. Bye.